On today's show, a traditional egg and bacon pie that conjures up memories of a Hertfordshire harvest over 50 years ago.
I just remember it being warm and sunny and we'd sit on the bales and it was just wonderful.
A hearty Sunday lunch from the Caribbean that dates back over 200 years.
This dish is eaten every Sunday in Trinidad. It's like what you would call here traditional Sunday roast.
And a 100-year-old recipe for lamb curry that's crossed continents to become a South African favourite.
My family's originally from South India, and so they came over to South Africa, part of the 1860 settlers, to work on the sugarcane plantations.
Hello, I'm GINO D'ACAMPO, and today I'm in swinging London. Yeah, baby! This amazing city is home to over 7 million people and 7,000 restaurants with a cuisine that comes from all over the world. London has changed a lot. Back in the 1700s, this whole area was full of cows, ready to go to the market. Well, today I found 3 recipes full of history and 3 cooks desperate to show them off. I brought them to one of London's top restaurants, Harvey Nichols, where they're gonna cook their dish like Mama used to make for the West London diners.
With the expectations of our Knightsbridge diners sure to be high, let's hope our 3 home cooks and their traditional dishes can rise to the occasion. Ray Mahibar is making a Trinidadian Sunday feast. Charlene Moodley is making Durban bunny chow, and Jane Colbrook is making egg and bacon harvest pie.
What do you think?
Very nice.
It's good, is it?
Wonderful.
It's a big restaurant, so there's going to be a lot of diners. Are you excited?
Very excited.
Ready to cook?
Ready to
High
go.
10, everybody. Come on. High 10, high 10, high 10. Let's go cooking. Let's go cooking.
Now for our first cook to show us their dish at home. Jane is a 63-year-old PA from Battersea, London. Her 3 grown-up children have all flown the nest, but still come back to Mum's to enjoy her egg and bacon harvest pie. This dish reminds Jane of her childhood on the family farm in Hertfordshire, where her granny made it for the workers.
To make my harvest pie, the first thing I need to do is to cut up the bacon, actually, first, and put that in the pan. Gently fry the bacon in a little olive oil. The smoked bacon fat has a lot of flavour, and if you let it run into the olive oil, then when you put the sliced onions in, it'll absorb that flavour. Yeah, so we just let that saute gently. Now I make the short crust pastry. I put the flour into the mixing bowl, pinch of salt, and then 50 grams of butter and 50 grams of fat. Well, not a lot of people use lard anymore in pastry because they think, ooh, cooking fat, that's not very nice. But this is pure lard. And my mother and certainly my grandmother would always have used lard. And then I'm going to mix it with my fingers. The thing about making pastry is that you can't hurry it. The idea is for it to end up looking like breadcrumbs. My mother taught me to do this. I think I started cooking at the age of 8. Take a tablespoon of water and you just sprinkle it over. And then it'll probably certainly need 2. I can tell when it's done because it's starting to go together. So I think that's going to stick now. And you see it's nicely coming together into one. And there we are. Nice bit of pastry ready to roll out for our harvest pie. Very gently, not pressing too hard. And if it's very short crust, it can sometimes break, which it has, but not to worry, because we can patch it up. The next thing I'm going to do this all the way around, just pinching it, pressing it down to make a nice edge to it. So that's all ready now for the next stage. I'm now going to put the bacon and onions into the pie dish. Now I'm going to lay the tomato slices. It's nice to have tomatoes in it because it keeps it nice and moist. I then season it with salt and pepper. We take the 4 eggs, break them individually into a cup, and then I tip them gently into their 4 places. I add 4 to 6 tablespoons of single cream. Now I'm going to put the pie in the oven and cook it for between 20 and 25 minutes.
That's how to make Jane's fabulous egg and bacon harvest pie. Now Gino is keen to hear more about its history.
So, Jane, how things are going?
They're going very well.
Are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy.
You look very happy.
Oh, thank you.
Now, tell me about this harvest pie. How old is this recipe?
This recipe goes back to my grandmother from about 1910, I would say.
1910. So it's at least 100 years old.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about this dish.
Well, this dish I started cooking with my mother while my mother was cooking.
Okay.
And I learnt to cook it with her at the age of 8 because I started
8
cooking.
already?
8.
Already with,
Yes.
you know, pastry.
Yes, loving it. We lived on a farm. My father was a farmer, and she used to make it for the harvest tea, because we used to take the tea up to the harvest field where they were combining. This would be in August. I just remember it always being very warm and hot. And we'd take this up the field, and everybody would stop the combines and the balers, and we'd all sit there on the bales and eat sandwiches and the harvest pie.
Have you teach the recipe to anybody else?
I have taught the recipe to my 2 sons. I have a daughter and 2 sons, and both my sons love cooking. They're it's a bit simple for them, you know. They're like, well, when I say
they want to do all the modern.
Oh, why don't you put a bit of this in there, Mum, and this? And I said, no. The whole point is that
You two, listen to your mum. Listen to your mum. Why do we have to change recipe when they're beautiful already?
Well, that's my whole feeling about it.
Well, Jane, good luck. Okay,
Thank
you're going to be
you.
absolutely fine.
Oh, I hope so.
Come here. Good luck. But before you're going to start cooking, let me tell you a little bit about blind baking. You know that blind baking is only became cool in the last 40, 50 years, since the celebrity chefs started to do the blind baking, because they wanted to keep all the bottom nice and crispy, all the side cooked. In the old days, it used to be like you do, everything in, and you would cook anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, so it just become cooler in the last 40, 50 years. But how you do it? You brush with a little bit of oil, butter, whatever kind of fat. If you have lard, will be good. Then you get your pastry. You put in one of these tartlets, and it's actually a quite good way to do blind baking if you use small tart tins.
Yes.
Okay, so you put them like this. Then you get a little bit of paper, parchment, whatever you fancy. You put them in the middle, and the way you blind bake, you can use dried beans or you can use rice. Very simply, put everything in the middle. And what's going to happen, this is going to create the weight on the top of the pastry.
Yes.
So you know that it's going to
Stop
be
it from rising
perfectly round, stop it from rising, everything beautiful and cooked. In the oven. And this is how you blind bake. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that. Beautiful.
Oh, wonderful.
Absolutely beautiful. Now what we do, very simple. Take the paper and the rice out. Large rolling pin. Okay, and it goes on top. You just put a little bit of pressure, and it cuts everything that is on the side. Can you see? Nice and easy.
Yes.
Look at that. So you're not fiddling with knives or anything like that. Look at this, Jane.
With speed of the essence, Jane decides to blind bake her harvest pie for the first time, just like a chef would in a professional kitchen.
I think it's wonderful. I've always wanted to be in a professional kitchen, and I'm here. I can't believe it.
Time to see how our second cook makes their dish at home. Ray Mahabir is a 48-year-old fun-loving carnival artist from Wood Green in London. Ray's dish is a meal of epic proportions, a Trinidadian Sunday feast. This comprises of a chicken and red bean stew served on a bed of spicy puree known as callaloo, with a side of macaroni pie. Ray can trace the origins of this recipe back to his grandmother, Violet, who made it every weekend.
I'm now going to start my stewed chicken and red beans. What I'm going to create here is a marinade for the chicken. And for this marinade, I'm going to throw all the chopped up herbs, chive, 1 spring onions, half a white onion, coriander, garlic, cloves, thyme, ginger, Worcester sauce, and Angostura bitters. What I've got in here is legs and thighs. The way this is stewed down, the bone actually helps preserve some of the flavor. The way we stew in the Caribbean is we caramelize sugar. You can't take your eyes away from it because the sugar will burn, and we do not want it to burn. Now you have to add the chicken at this stage, and one of the important parts of this is try not to get yourself burned. What I'm going to add to this one is coconut milk. So we get that, to an extent, sweet but rich flavor. And then I'm also going to add the red beans into it. And I'm going to let this cook now for a bit. What I'm going to prepare now is the callaloo. It's a combination of different ingredients in one pot. And what we would have traditionally used in the Caribbean is the dasheen leaf. It's the leaf of a root vegetable. I think it's also called elephant ears. Onion, chive, pumpkin. And sometimes, I've been living here for 13 years now, and sometimes when I'm a bit down, I kind of make stuff that reminds me of home and reminds me when I was a child, and thyme especially reminds me, the smell of thyme reminds me of when I was living back in the Caribbean. I've chunked up the okras and it goes into the pot. Next, what I'm going to add into this is the dasheen leaves. A lot of people definitely would not be able to get dasheen leaves, but there's no difference with using ordinary spinach. So I'm going to add now my coconut milk. This here is the callaloo finished. I'm going to start making the macaroni pie. And what I've got here in my liquid base is carnation milk, 3 eggs, and 100 grams of Stilton. So I combine all the ingredients. In the big dish with the cheese, I'm going to put my pasta in. I'll take the plantain and layer the bottom of the dish. What we're going to do now is we're going to put our macaroni or pasta into the dish. And I'm going to bake this for about 35 to 40 minutes.
So that's Ray's Trinidadian Sunday feast of stewed chicken and red beans on a bed of callaloo served with macaroni pie, with an extraordinary Caribbean heritage.
Tell me a little bit about this dish. How long has it been in your family?
I think it's about 200 years old.
When do you recall the first time that you started to get involved with this recipe? I mean, what were you?
11
Young
years.
boy, 11?
We would have gone to Sunday school and then come home. So mommy and daddy would have gone home. They would have started cooking. And when you get back home, we sit as a family and we have lunch together.
And who actually showed you the recipe?
My mom. My mom just made me cook. And the way she brought us up was give us our freedom. She'd say to me, oh, you need to cook so today. And I'll go like, oh, I can't cook that. And she said, oh, go and try. Just that's it. And think.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Do you remember how did it start?
If you look at some of the history, it's actually part of the missionaries that came on the island to do religion, because we have a lot of Presbyterians on the island because of that. The callaloo is actually, when you look at the research, it's African. And the stew is a combination of African and our local indigenous people, which would have been the Caribs and the Arawaks.
Are you worried that all these components that you have in this recipe, can you make it for all that?
I think
Do you
I
think
should.
you're going to have everything ready?
Yes, I'm sure I will.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Ray gets on with making his callaloo to go with the chicken and red bean stew. With just 3 hours to go before service, the pressure is on as our home cooks busily prepare their beloved family dishes for the first time in a professional kitchen. Each one is hoping that GINO will pick their dish to take pride of place on this restaurant's menu for a month. We've already heard about Jane's egg and bacon harvest pie and Ray's Trinidadian Sunday feast.
2 amazing dishes with plenty of history. 1 more to go.
Let's meet our third cook. Charlene Moodley is a 27-year-old graphic designer who lives with her husband Rakesh in Old Colston, Surrey. Her dish is Durban bunny chow, a curry that started its life in 1860s India before travelling to South Africa with migrant Indians who worked on the sugar plantations. Bunny chow, which means fast food, was always served in a hollowed-out loaf because plantation workers couldn't afford plates.
I'm going to get the curry ready. I prefer using the red onions because I think they're sweeter, and I like the colour in the curry as well. I'm sure Gino's going to laugh at the way that I chop my onions. Next, I'm going to put in a couple of cloves, some star anise, and then we have cassia bark, which is just like cinnamon, but I think that the taste is stronger and similar to the one that we use in South Africa. And for my secret weapon, but it's not so much a secret, is my curry powder from South Africa. And you're gonna laugh at the tin that it's in. It's an old ice cream tin. This curry powder is mixed by my mum, and just the way we like it. So we're just gonna fry this off for about 30 seconds. Traditionally, South Africans would use lamb leg. It's nice, but I like adding a bit of shoulder as well in there. I know it's a bit stringy, but it's really tasty, so I like adding that as well. So I've just added the lamb into the spices, and I've just mixed them up really well. And now we want that to seal and brown a bit. Here I've got some vine tomatoes, so I'm just going to pop them in the blitzer. So I'm just going to add the potatoes into the lamb curry. And yeah, you can just let it simmer for about 5 or 10 more minutes. It's traditionally served in the bread because the Indian immigrants at the time in Durban, South Africa, they probably couldn't afford plates, and bread was probably the cheapest thing that they would eat with their curries. And so instead of taking a plate and stuff like that to work, they would just use the bread as a sort of a bowl. The recipe's from South Africa, so you appreciate it more, you feel closer to home whenever you make it yourself.
That's Charlene's Durban bunny chow served in bread with a carrot salad. Gino wants to know more about this dish's extraordinary journey around the world.
How old you reckon these recipes?
Late 1860s.
How long has it been in your family?
Probably about 2 or 3 generations.
You learned from your mother?
Yes, I did. I've been eating it since I was really young, and I only started making it when I was a teenager, so about 16 or so.
About 16, you started with your mom.
Yes.
She showed you exactly how to do it.
Yes.
And I guess your mom learned from your grandmother
Yes.
as well.
Mostly we'd have it when we're having family get-togethers. So there'll be loads of family and everybody will be eating, and you share the dish as well. My family's originally from South India, and so they came over to South Africa. They were the...
So from South India, they went to South Africa?
Yes.
Very good.
And they were the 1860 settlers to work on the sugarcane plantations.
Charlene's ancestors emigrated from India to South Africa in the hope of a better life.
It was expensive to take bowls and plates and all that stuff to work, so that's how they developed the dish.
Oh, so I got that. So because it was expensive to have the plate, they actually invented their own plating with the bread. Put the stew into the bread, the curry into the bread, cover it up and take it to work.
Yeah.
Of course, each family, they make their own garam masala, okay? They do their own combination.
Yes.
The thing that's heavy, when you buy the one already in the packets, you open it up, and then after a month, all the flavor is gone, completely gone. So what I would suggest to do, make your own one, so then you can adjust with your own flavor. Okay, the way I'll do it, I got a little bit of cumin, goes in there. Then coriander seeds, more or less the same quantity. Then probably 2 or 3 cloves. I'll put in there. Cardamom, not too many because these are very powerful.
Yes.
So put them in there, mix everything together. See, by doing that, once everything is mixed together, you put in a nice airtight container. It lasts for 6, 7, 8 months. But then the beauty is you can adjust the flavor as you like it. Okay? So you got your powder ready.
Oh,
Look at that.
that's lovely.
Huh? Smell that. Ready for your
wow.
curries. That's it.
With only 2 hours until service, the pressure is on. The 3 home cooks are busy preparing their beloved family recipes, but this time for paying customers. Ray has made his callaloo, marinated his chicken, and is about to add the coconut milk.
I'm on time in my mind, so I'm quite comfortable so far. If I can get the can opener to work. It's not. Where's my commie chef?
Charlene has prepared her vegetables for her curry, but struggled with the professional knives.
Not used to sharp knives like these. I was cutting up the meat and I sliced my finger a little bit. But it's only a little cut, so it'll be fine. I guess it was a little surreal, and now it's quite real. You know, it's getting close to lunchtime. So now I feel a bit overwhelmed. It's quite busy in here. Everybody's so professional.
And Jane is battling to make enough pastry for 60 paying diners.
You haven't gone long, and you still haven't done your pastry, right? Nothing is in the oven. We still haven't told probably about the presentation.
No, but Gina, the thing is that the best thing about this is once the pastry's done and rolled out, the other ingredients get put in the oven, then it's done in 20 minutes.
So you're confident?
So I'm confident.
Now remember, the 3 cooks are amateurs, and their dish had never been cooked in a professional kitchen. With that in mind, the diners are arriving, and I'm very excited.
Jane Colbroook is making her egg and bacon harvest pie, a classic country dish from the farmlands of Hertfordshire.
I used to cook this with my mother. We used to use it in a picnic, which we used to take up to the harvest field.
Ray Mahabir is making his Trinidadian Sunday feast, a 200-year-old recipe that conjures up memories of his childhood.
Sometimes when I'm a bit down, I kind of make stuff that reminds me of home and reminds me when I was a child, and the smell of time reminds me of when I was living back in the Caribbean.
Charlene Moodley's hoping to impress with her 3rd-generation Durban bunny chow, a South African fast food dish dating back to the 1860s. It's a recipe that reminds Charlene of her roots.
I know, you appreciate it more. You feel closer to home and you feel like you're having a part of home whenever you make it yourself.
It's 10 minutes before service and already there's a crowd of hungry diners queuing outside the restaurant, all eager to sample our 3 cooks' delicious home dishes. Time to get back to the kitchen to see how the home cooks are getting on.
It's quite exciting and quite fun. Tiring and a bit hot and nerve-wracking, but fun.
A bit slow, but I'm trying my best to hurry up.
Ray, how are we doing here?
Very good.
Good?
Yeah.
Are you happy with the dish?
Yes, I am.
Have you tasted?
Yes, I did.
What do you think?
I think it's fine, actually. I don't need a lot of salt.
It's well seasoned. I just thought it would be tiny more spicy, if you know what I mean.
No, it's not.
So you wanted to have a nice balance, a little bit, the sweetness comes through well. I like it. It's well seasoned. Good dish, good dish. How long is it has to go?
Probably about 10 minutes more. Tops, yes.
Why don't you try? Tell me what you think. What's happened with your finger anyway? This is the pressure of a professional kitchen, right? That's, you're feeling the pressure, the pressure.
Yes, now I
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. It's
Sorry,
only a
is the
little cut.
finger there or is it in here?
No, no, it's still there.
Tell me what you think. I'm curious to know, what do you think about the spicy? Because we probably can have a completely different palate.
To me, it's mild.
You're gonna make me look like a wimp when you say that now. What do you mean to use mine? It's spicy. Jay, Are you ready?
Not quite, no.
What do you mean not quite? The service is starting very soon.
I know, but you know.
What do you mean you know?
The pastry was too short.
The pastry was too short. So we got a bit of a panic situation now.
We have, yes.
And you got a panic situation 5 minutes before we're actually going to start service.
Right. I'm doing
That's
my
not
best.
a good start, is
I'm
it? That's
doing
not
my
a good
best.
start.
And Charlene has worse news.
I'm okay.
What is your bread?
It's
Is
in
this
the
your
oven.
bread?
No, this is a substitute just for now for you to try it because the rest is going to take 8 minutes and it'll be out of the oven and I can plate up. I'll be really quick.
So you're going to give me something that actually you're not going to serve to the diners?
It's just a few more minutes and it'll be ready.
At the beginning, you told me that everything was under control. I've been telling you, are you sure you look too cold? See what's happening in a professional kitchen? All of a sudden, we have to deliver.
I know.
Okay? So you're gonna serve me my one and a different bread, the one that you ever made, and then you're gonna be ready for service.
Yes,
Promise.
I promise you.
Promise.
Promise. Thank you.
Finally, it's lunchtime, and whether our cooks are ready or not, the paying diners are led into the restaurant.
Good afternoon, please come through.
It's a great turnout. Over 60 discerning diners have all come to sample these home-cooked dishes.
I think the curry sounds the best to me.
The harvest pie, the egg bacon and tomato pie.
I thought the Durban bunny chow might be a bunny rabbit, but obviously it's not. So further looking down, it looks amazing, the menu.
With service about to start, it's now up to Gino to take on the role of head chef, ensuring everything going out of the kitchen is not only cooked properly, but also beautifully presented. So before anybody orders, Gino needs to put each dish to the taste test. First up, it's Ray's Sunday feast.
What do you think? What does it look like? You happy?
It's good. It's amazing good. I like the combination of different flavors and the colors here. Let's try how it looks here.
That's all right. To be honest with you, I'm expecting this one to be a little bit more seasoning. Chicken, look, I like the dish, the way it's presented, it's different.
Yeah.
I like the way it's presented, right? What I would do straight away is to season the bottom part. I personally think that this is bland. You know what I would do is to get some grated cheese, put it on top. Okay, so at least we have a little bit of a crusty cheese on top, and then when you go there, it's not going to be bland.
Next is Jane's harvest pie.
See, this one is a beautiful little dish, is it? It's nice, colorful. The only problem is, I don't know, I have no idea if it's a starter, or it's a main course, or it's a brunch, but it looks great. Chef, tell me, what do you think?
I think
The egg is perfect.
That's perfect. I think in terms of presentation, she's using too small plate.
You reckon?
Yeah. And you know, as a main course, you can have as a main course, but bigger plate, bigger salad.
Yeah.
Let's see what it says.
Fantastic.
And finally, Charlene's bunny chow.
This is not the bread that Charlene is going to serve to the others, because her bread is not ready.
The bread is still in the oven.
Bread is still in the oven. I mean, the idea, I like the idea. I'm just worried if they're going to get it. If the punters are there, they're going to get it. Oh, fantastic.
The flavor is very good, very good.
Yeah? It's a pretty dish to do.
I like the combination a lot.
Oh, no.
I'm not too sure about the presentation.
It's the bread, is it?
Yeah.
Charlene, come here. Don't look scared, baby, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
The curry is really good. And the potato helped the fact that it was a bit too spicy at the beginning. We love the carrots. The thing I'm not sure is the bread. I hope that the bread that you baked is going to look better than this.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah? Make sure that the bread is done and make sure that it looks better than this.
Okay, I
but
will
the
do.
dish is amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you.
The dishes have passed Gino's taste test. By the end of lunch service, Gino will award one dish the honour of being on this restaurant's menu for 1 month. His decision will look at 3 main criteria: cost of ingredients, preparation time in the kitchen, and the reaction of the diners. Back in the kitchen, service is just minutes away.
Okay, this is how it's going to work. Service is going to be a bit stressful. The order they come in, I will call the orders, okay? The only thing you have to do is to say, yes, chef. Because I must understand that you understood my order. If you don't respond to me, I will know. I don't know if you got it or if you heard me or anything like that. So whenever I shout something, yes, chef, or yes, Gino, whatever you want, as far that you reply when I shout the orders. Okay? They're gonna come fast and furious. So don't panic, breathe. I want you to still remember when you go home and you make it for your own family, it's exactly the same thing. You're just gonna make it for other people. So let's not lose the experience. Let's not lose the emotion. I want the emotion on a plate, okay? For this customer outside. Yes?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Are we understood each other?
Yes, chef.
Come on!
I'll go for the first one, please. The Trinidadian chocolate.
Okay, can I have one harvest pie and one Sunday feast?
Yes, chef.
Okay, can I have one more Sunday feast and one bunny chow?
It's a bit hot, but it's fine.
I was a bit worried at one point, but no, now it's all coming together.
The pressure is a lot more stressful than I thought it would be.
Yes, chef.
Let's make sure that it's all nice and clean. Beautiful.
With the dishes all looking the part, Gino allows them out of the kitchen to the hungry diners.
Superb. The bunny chow?
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Well, already I can tell it's been cooked with love. It's really nice. It is. It's just lovely and slow cooked. Really nice, subtle flavours, but loads of different flavours. Very nice.
It's just got a real kick to it. Really like perfect spice, isn't it?
Very nice indeed. Couldn't argue with that at all.
Can I have one harvest pie? I need 4 more Sunday feasts. Come on with the bunny chow. Come on, make 3 or 4, one after the other. Ray, it looks a bit too cool. And you know where the problem is? When you're too cool in a kitchen, everything can go absolutely wrong. I need a Sunday feast.
My blood
I need
is
a
calling.
Sunday feast and I need it now. Jane, look at that. Nice, relax. She doesn't say much. We have Charlene on the other side. She's already cut her finger. Can she pull it? Are you happy?
I'm scared of you.
No, you don't. What do you mean you're scared of me? You shouldn't be scared of me. No, I wanted to. The reason why I shot it because I wanted to make sure that your dish is perfect. And everybody's dish, but look, they need to be hot, they need to be perfect. And I want them to understand the reason behind the dish. Good man, good man, good man, good man, good man. Hurry up. I think so far it's going quite well, actually. They're loving the Sunday feast. Absolutely loving the Sunday feast.
Whilst things are going well in the kitchen, the same can't be said in the dining room.
I really can't eat any more bread than this is just bread and 3 pieces of lamb fighting together in some curry sauce.
You know, the gentleman on 44 would like to change this because he's not happy with the dish. He said he had toast this morning for breakfast.
He or she? He had toast this morning, so he really didn't understand the dish at all then. Let's go to see. Let's go to see.
As head chef, it's up to Gino to look after the customers and maintain the restaurant's reputation.
You know, this recipe that you just sent back is been in a very beautiful lady in my kitchen. Okay. Over 100 years in her family. Right? In the old days, her grandmother used to put the curry into the bread. So when they used to go to work in South Africa, instead of having plates, they used to carry the bread with the curry inside. So the story is amazing. The story is amazing. And actually, I tried the curry, it's very beautiful. I understand that you had bread. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna change it for you. I'm gonna change it for you. Which one you want, that?
Yes, this one.
I'll bring you one down straight away. I just want to make sure that you understood the reason of the bread. That's why we did that.
The story is amazing.
The story is great, you see?
If I met the grandma, I tell you, I would have eaten.
I'll tell you, if you would have met the grandma, she would have been a kick your.
But there are still plenty of other diners who are dying to try her bunny chow. Gino heads back to the kitchen to see how the chefs are getting on without him.
Can I have one extra Sunday feast, please? Can I have one pie quickly?
Yes, chef.
Ray, I need yours one quicker.
Not too much, not too much.
There you go. Ray, do you remember at the beginning when I told you, are you sure your dish is not too complicated for all these people? And you say, Gino, don't worry about it? Yeah? Should I start to worry?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay. More bunny chow. Come on. Now we are nearly at the end of the service, and it's looking quite cool because all the dishes are quite pretty, and Ray is not smiling anymore. Smile, smile. Remember, happy chef, good food. Smile.
Get out of my way.
Back in the restaurants, the diners are ready to offer up their opinions on the food.
I ordered the Grandma's Trinidadian Sunday lunch and it was really beautiful. I loved it.
I absolutely loved the harvest pie. Tasty, it was light as well. Didn't feel too full up after it.
The lamb was really comforting and reminded me of home cooking, of my grand's curry. You know, it's lovely.
Okay, service. Table number 44 is 5 of them. One more pie quickly. Can I have one bun chow? Come on, bring them. Do more and bring them here. Service.
Service is nearly over and the cooks are all hoping Gino will choose their dish as the winner.
All 3 have been absolutely fantastic, but which one is going to make it on the menu? Okay, guys, 2 more tables, okay? So we are nearly there. Is everybody still awake?
Yes, chef.
Very good. One more pie. Hit me, baby, one more pie. One more pie. One more pie.
2 seconds, chef.
Beautiful. And the pie is not bad as well. I'm gonna try this macaroni cheese, by the way.
We have no more.
What do you mean, you have no more? Oh. Did I not tell you that it tastes much better?
Okay, you're a genius. That's all you want to hear?
Oh, I'm Italian, I know about pasta.
Service is almost done and the cooks are all hoping Gino will choose their dish as the winner and secure a place on the restaurant's menu for 1 month.
Okay, guys, we're done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. So how do you feel? Tell me how do you feel? How do you feel?
Very, very good.
Yeah? Do you think it went well?
Yes.
Your family are going to be so proud. They're going to be so proud. So proud. But thank you very much. Now it's time to washing up.
It's a shame that my grandmother isn't alive to
She's
see
watching.
it. She's watching.
She's watching. Trust me, she's watching, and everybody's watching.
Yeah.
Come on, washing up.
Okay.
Don't think that I'm gonna clean after you. Everybody cleans. Don't look at me like that. Washing up. Washing up.
Service is over and our cooks have done all they can to try and secure their dish a place on the restaurant's menu for a month. It's now up to the diners, the restaurant manager Francesco and Jonas, the executive head chef, to help Gino make his difficult decision.
The Trinidadian Sunday feast was home cooking rather than restaurant cooking, I'd say. But there was a very nice combination of flavours.
Well, I had the bunny chow and I thought it was absolutely delicious. For me, it was the bread that did it. I am not a rice lover, but the bread. In fact, I was still eating when they came to clear the plates away.
I had the harvest pie. The egg and bacon that was in it was lovely. The pastry was superb. I'm not a big salad fan, but I actually ate the salad as well, so whatever they drizzled on the salad was superb. I just thought it was, I would eat it again.
Well, the diners seem to have enjoyed them, but which dish will Gino pick? Will it be Jane Colbrook with her traditional egg and bacon pie that conjures up memories of a Hertfordshire harvest over 50 years ago?
It would just be wonderful to think that this recipe that's been going for so long can still exist all these years later in its simplicity. It would mean everything to me.
Or Ray Mahibar with his Trinidadian Sunday feast made up of 3 delicious elements dating back over 200 years.
It's about my Trinidad culture. I'll be very proud to know that my dish is on the menu in a place like this.
Or can Charlene Moodley win with her Durban bunny chow, a curry that crossed 2 continents over 150 years ago to become one of South Africa's favourite foods? Gino welcomes the cooks into the restaurant for them to find out which heritage dish will win a place on the menu.
Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. I have to say, it's been a tough day, but it's been amazing. Did you enjoy the experience?
Wonderful, wonderful. Loved it.
Do you think you want to do it again?
I'd love to do it again.
Yeah? What about you? What do you think?
Fun. I don't know if I do it again, though.
Why not? Why not?
I'll try.
Because it's tiring, is it? To be in a professional kitchen is very different to be in
No,
your
because you were
home.
yelling at me.
I wasn't yelling. I was trying to pour. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't yelling. Don't tell them that. No, I wasn't. I was trying to pour my, you know, my point across. What about you, Ray? Was I yelling?
You did yell.
Oh, come on. I wanted to make sure that your food was perfect to go to these ladies and gentlemen here. That's the only thing I was trying to do, okay?
Thank you.
Now, of course, you all did very well, but there is only the place for one winner. One winner who's gonna have the dish on this London restaurant for 1 month. I have to say, it hasn't been easy this time because I loved all the dishes. Your curry, the flavor, amazing. Your tart, it was incredible, well presented, simple, but good flavor. Your chicken had everything, all the color, all those combined flavor was very good. But we only have the place for one winner. And the winner of today, There's No Taste Like Home, is... Jane Harvest Pie.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, you are the winner.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done.
I feel absolutely ecstatic. I feel fantastic. I had no idea. I really didn't think I would be the winner.
I'm glad I had the opportunity to actually cook in this restaurant and to bring Trinidadian food into a place like this and give people probably who never had the opportunity to have this sort of food. At least they had a chance, and I'm really proud and I'm really glad that I did it.
I'm really happy for Jane. I think she did so well and she really deserved it. She put a lot of effort into it and I think it's a very good job done.
What an amazing result for Jane. But don't forget to join me next time when I'm going to meet 3 more very talented home cooks where they're going to prove that one more time, there's no taste like home.